We are less than 3 days away from Donald Trump's swearing in, and we are once again bringing you stories and angles journalists really have never dealt with during previous inauguration weeks. President-elect Trump is tweeting happily about record numbers for his big day coming to Washington as House Democrats abandon the festivities in record numbers. The president-elect will enter office with record low approval figures, polls, but he and his supporters are pushing back at what they are calling fake polls. And the bizarre and new U.S. relationship with Russian leader Vladimir Putin is getting even stranger, with Putin comparing Trump critics to prostitutes. Senior national correspondent John Roberts is outside Trump transition headquarters here in Washington with another busy day. Good evening, John.
Brett, good evening to you. At the same time that Donald Trump is happily tweeting about the inauguration on Friday, he is angrily taking aim at polls that show him with the lowest pre-inauguration public opinion rating of anyone in recent history. Tweeting out the same people who did the phony election polls and were so wrong are now doing favorability or approval rating polls. Just like they were rigged before, they are rigged now. Trump's team is also blaming a steady stream of negative news reports for him taking the hit. With just 66 hours until Donald Trump takes the oath of office, his transition team is accusing Democrats of doing everything they can to delegitimize his presidency and leave a mark on his election victory. Even Senator John McCain, whose relationship with Trump has been contentious, acknowledged when it comes to the leak of that dossier of unverified rumors last week, something just doesn't smell right.
This information, this damning information, which, by the way, was provided to me, and I made no judgment on it, but handed it over to the FBI. But the fact that this unvalidated, to say the least, document was leaked is somebody's responsibility. So the president-elect does have a point here.
Trump got more backup from Russian President Vladimir Putin, who today accused the Obama administration of trying to undercut the president-elect. Putin dismissing reports that Trump was cavorting with prostitutes.
He has socialized with the most beautiful women in the world. I find it difficult to believe that he ran to a hotel to meet with our girls of reduced social responsibility, although here also we have the best ones in the world.
Putin charged that those who peddle in such rumors are, quote, worse than prostitutes, drawing a sharp response from the outgoing press secretary.
That's an interesting metaphor that he chose there. As I've said on a number of occasions, the men and women of the United States intelligence community are patriots. They are experts in their field.
But Putin didn't stop there, sending a pointed admonition to Democrats trying to delegitimize Trump's presidency.
I want to stress that people who do that, whether intentionally or not, they harm the interests of the United States significantly.
For his part, CIA Director John Brennan kept up the drumbeat against Trump over the dossier, in an interview with the Wall Street Journal insisting he didn't leak it, charging that Trump crossed the line in comparing the leak to the tactics of Nazi Germany. The number of Democrats now boycotting the inauguration is up to at least 58. Trump's team is playing it off as no big deal, saying it's disappointing but will free up good seats for other people. And whether it was a memory lapse or something else, Georgia Congressman John Lewis walked back his assertion that Trump's would be the first inauguration in 30 years that he'd miss. In a statement, an aide acknowledging, quote, Representative Lewis also missed one other inauguration, the first inauguration of President George W. Bush. His absence at that time was also a form of dissent. He did not believe the outcome of that election. We're also learning more about Trump's inaugural address. We're told that the president-elect will present himself as the president of all people, all Americans, in a speech that will lean heavily toward the idea of America first. We're also told he spent much of this past weekend rewriting it in his own words and did at least one run-through with the teleprompter. And he'll use two Bibles for his swearing-in, one a gift from his mother when he left Sunday school, the other the same Lincoln Bible that Barack Obama used in 2009. Brett?
John Roberts outside Trump transition headquarters here in Washington. John, thanks.